Hi guys, I'm going to do a quick review on this pasta roller that I just received. I have not used it yet, but I did want to talk about some things that I noticed out of packaging and some functionality things that I've read from reviews in case anybody's only looking at videos. So it does come with this hand crank that's interchangeable between all of the pieces. You can connect it to each pasta type roller. It slides into place. It turns very easily, okay? If you want to adjust the thickness that this is going to roll your dough to, you should always start on the lowest, which is 1. I don't know if you can see the numbers on there. In order to rotate it, you slightly pull out. You pull it a little bit and then just give it a small turn. It will narrow this gap here the higher the number gets. Start at 1 when you're making pasta and slowly progress it higher before you're ready to put it through one of the other noodle makers, okay? I don't know if that's the proper term, but this is interchangeable, like I said, between all of them. It did come with a brush. Don't submerge it in water, from what I read from the reviews. Use a brush or a dry cloth to try to clean and dust any powder or flour out. The other thing I wanted to mention is that it looks like this is a different color. This is like a yellowed silver tint. It's not the same metal as this. Now, what my interpretation of that is that it's a cheaper quality, and this is what's peeling and flaking in a lot of people's food. I noticed after inspecting mine, if I can get this in one-handed, that it does have, if you look at this corner right here that's rotating where I'm focusing the camera, you can see here that there is a little bit of a bubbling right there. And I imagine that that side probably will flake. So I may do a return on this one and try to get a different one. I'd recommend sticking to only the middle where you're less likely to get any flaking, because the edges are likely to flake faster than the inside. Now, this came really dirty actually, so it almost looked like it had been a used unit. You can even see there's a black dot there on one of those bars. There's also something on one of these bars that were in here. Although everything was packaged in plastic wrap, it could just be manufacturing defect and gotten dusty through transport. It was boxed pretty poorly. It did not come from Amazon's warehouse. The box was unmarked and came, I'm assuming, from the shipper or the manufacturing office or wherever it comes from. It came with this cool tool I'm assuming is used to separate your pastas when they don't completely separate if your dough is a little bit too wet. It has lots of settings. There's angel hair here, lasagna, fettuccine, spaghetti, ravioli, and this basically just flattens your dough, which might actually come in handy for other things besides pasta. I'm excited about this kit. There's pros, there's cons, but I think ultimately it is a good set. Each piece like slides in to anchor in here. It just took me a second of taking a moment to get familiarized with it. Before I was like, okay, I think I know what I would be doing if I put this in application. So each piece slides in. If you would like to anchor it, you can do so using the provided C-clamp. That would slide in here and then just close the clamp onto the bottom of your table. And then it does have some plastic feet at the bottom that don't do a whole lot for grip. So be advised, it will slip if you do not anchor it. That could be a benefit to you or a con. It's up to you. Well, I hope that this review was helpful.
I just got in our new pasta maker off of Amazon. CucinaPro Deluxe pasta maker. So, or how it comes apart, or what you do.
Well, if you were a man, you wouldn't need directions.
This is true, but I'm not a man. This must be the thickness that you roll your pasta at. Okay. So you pull out.
Figure it out.
Well, I figured out part of it. So you pull this out, and that's how you decide how thick you want your pasta. Maybe like here. And then this would be, so let's mix our pasta real quick. Okay, so we already thinned it out on this side, so now we're going to try to cut it into our noodles. Oh, that didn't work so well.
Sew them up and let's see them.
I think the hardest part about this is trying to get them all pulled out.
Oh.
There's our noodles.
They need to dry.
Hang them up and or actually lay them out so they can dry out and finish cutting the rest. It's not pulling, it's not working.
Well, right there, those are little shavings of metal. On top of like the dough was getting dirty from the machine. So definitely don't recommend.
You see, every time it rolls to the bottom, this thing gets stuck all the time.
I don't know if you're getting annoyed where the pasta wasn't working, the machine wasn't working. This cheap piece of crap is bent.